Am I live or am I Memorex? Hello, coming to you live from a parking lot in Hartford, Wisconsin. It is I, Yogi. How you folks doing? I'm doing all right. I had to, I just got done with something that is just unbelievable. It's crazy. It's just insane. I accepted an offer from Uber to pick up 5 quote-unquote packages. So now, Uber and Walmart, package pickups used to be like things in white packages where you couldn't see what they were, and they were packages. Now, since Christmas time's over, Uber and Walmart package pickups are whatever. Grocery items. They're not even putting them in white bags anymore to, be discreet. They're just they're putting them in regular gray plastic bags that they have at the store. So the problem is with Uber, they are just sending us on what I would call logistical nightmares. I mean, these routes they give us are insane. So I picked up in West Bend, at the Walmart in West Bend, which is Washington County, northern Washington County, Wisconsin. My first delivery is to Campbellsport, which is Fond du Lac County, about 16 and a half miles to drop off my first delivery. I'm trying to think of what my first delivery was. I don't remember. These packages were all kind of crazy. I mean, so I dropped off that first package. Then I had to drive all the way over to Teresa, which is in Dodge County. So I started in Fond du Lac, or I started in Washington County. I go up to Fond du Lac County, and now I'm over into Dodge County in Teresa, where I had to drop off 2 12-packs of soda. That's apparently a package delivery now. 2 12-packs of soda. And the problem is I'm pulling up to these houses out in the boondocks that aren't, we had some snow, but it's been about 24 hours at least since we had snow. And I'm pulling up to these places where there's 2 cars in the driveway. This place in Teresa, 2 cars in the driveway, which means people are home. And no like wheelchair ramp or nothing like that. And they did nothing, absolutely nothing, shoveling. Didn't clear their driveway, their walkway, anything. So I pull up and I'm like, okay, I'll just leave them at the side of the road. So I left the 2 12-packs at the side of the road, and I left in the comments after I took a picture saying that I was dropping it off by the side of the road because the property owners did not clear their property. And I will be darned if I'm going to be slipping and falling on ice and that's covered with snow. I've already fallen once this winter, and I've probably fallen, I don't know, half dozen times over the course of my delivery days since 2020. A couple years back, I delivered to a house and I fell on ice and actually hit my head on the side of the garage. So I called the customer up and I said, hey, you have a delivery coming of groceries. Can you please be considerate and throw rock salt on? She hung up on me. So, it's obvious people don't care. I don't know what the reasoning is at that particular residence, but it's not the only one. I dropped off 5 deliveries, and 2 of the deliveries, the houses had not done any clearing of snow whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, fine. Whatever. I'll just leave it by the side of the road or leave it by the garage, or whatever. I'm not walking up to the door. If you can't clear your property, I'm not going to waste my time, risking falling down. because there's ice underneath the snow. So we're in a deep freeze right now. Actually, it's pretty balmy. It's 11 degrees. It was -4 when I started this morning. But, you know, we had a really cold day yesterday. I think it was like 3 for a high. And then it's warming up today. And it's supposed to drop a little bit tomorrow, but then it's supposed to drop again on Thursday. No, Friday? Today's Tuesday. So Friday, it's supposed to be like -3 for a high and -11 or something for a low. So yeah, we got a pretty good cold spell coming, and it's going to be interesting to see how the deliveries work there. So going back to our deliveries, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I started in Washington County, went up to Campbellsport, which is in Fond du Lac. Then I had to shoot over to Teresa, which is in Dodge County. Then I had to go out to Mayville, which is still in Dodge County. But every delivery was like 5, 10, 16 miles away from each other. These package deliveries. So then I ended up in Mayville. And then Mayville, I dropped off, I think it was like a knit hat. So I drove like 20-something miles to drop off a knit hat. And in my opinion, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, this whole free shipping thing with Walmart. Oh, sure, you're not paying for shipping. But I, as a driver, as an Uber driver, I don't even work for Walmart. They give us these deliveries. That free shipping's got to come, that money's going to come from somewhere. For me, so, you know, I'm the one who's going and taking your packages for, you know, little to no money. Actually, the thing is, this was a $30 package delivery, okay? So it was 5 deliveries for $30. So when you look at it, it's $6 a delivery, right? No, it's not $6 a delivery, because you got to factor in like gas. How much gas am I spending? Now from West Bend to Campbellsport, I had to go all the way. That was almost 17 miles just to get up to Campbellsport from West Bend. And my car takes about 20 miles to the gallon. So that was almost a gallon of gas just to get up there at $2.40 to a gallon. You take that away from the $6 for that delivery, and it's no longer a $6 delivery. Now it's a $4 or not even 4. It's like $3 and something cents delivery. And so I'm thinking to myself, these folks expect me to work for that kind of money. You know, would you work for that kind of money? No, you wouldn't. You expect me to get paid. You to get to be paid fairly. And on these package deliveries, I don't think I am. So I ended up going from Teresa to Mayville, and then Mayville to Iron Ridge. But it wasn't Iron Ridge. It was south of Iron Ridge. It was almost Neosho. And they said it was Iron Ridge. And so that was like another 10 miles between that package delivery. And then I had to finish up in Neosho, which is in Dodge County. So I started out in Washington County, had to go up to Fond du Lac County, then out to Dodge County for the last 3 deliveries. And the craziest thing about all this is that 7.5 miles away in Hartford from Neosho. Now, Neosho is off of Highway 60 and 167. It's like a mile south of Highway 60 on 167, or on 67, not 167, on Highway 67. Now, what I did is I took a snapshot after that last delivery, how far away I am from West Bend. And I was 35 minutes, 22 miles away. Now, that may not seem like a lot to folks, but what I always think is like, okay, get in your car, drive 22 miles, and then drive 22 miles back. And then people will be like, well, Yogi, you're getting paid for it. Well, not really that well. I mean, if you divide $6, like I said, it was a $30 delivery or a $31 delivery. So like $6.25 delivery, okay? Then you got to factor in how much gas you're spending. And out of those $6.25 deliveries, then it automatically drops down. You know, I got $30 for this 5 package delivery from Uber and Walmart. After I did all the driving, I drove about 70 miles to drop off 5 packages, which to me is absurd. Then I have to factor in driving back 20 miles to West Bend. So you're looking at about 90 miles. I mean, that's, if I get 20 miles a gallon, that's almost 5 gallons of gas that went right back into my gas tank, and I have to deduct that from the $30 I made on the order. So that order now became, let's see, at $2.42 a gallon, you're looking at $11-12 just going back into my gas tank. I mean, I filled my gas tank up today at about 9 o'clock. It's 1:52 p.m. and I'm at a half a tank already. So I think a lot of people think these free delivery from Walmart is not free. So pay for it. And it's turning out to be the Uber guys like me who are taking these package deliveries from Walmart. And your free delivery is costing me an arm and a leg because I got to deliver it, 16, 17 miles to drop it off. And it's just, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm just like, how is this beneficial to me? The fact that these people are getting so-called free delivery from Walmart, and then Walmart and Uber send me like a 5-package drop off for $30, which comes out to be $6 a piece. But then I'm driving 15 miles to drop one off. Then I have to go another 10 miles and then another 10 miles and another 10 miles in between package drop offs. So these things are getting to be very, I don't know if I want to take them anymore. Because again, the items I'm taking, I mean, just to give you an example how crazy it is, I had to drive a box of macaroni 16 miles, one box of macaroni, 16 miles from West Bend to Brown Deer, which is Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. And on the other side of the fence from the apartment building was a Walmart. On the other side of the fence from the apartment building was a Walmart. You're going to tell me the Walmart that was literally less than a football field away doesn't have one box of macaroni? I had to deliver last week one box twice, two different addresses, one box of chewy granola bars, 16 miles from West Bend to Port Washington and to Cedarburg. There's a Saukville Walmart. Saukville is right next to Port Washington and really close to Cedarburg. I mean, a lot closer to Cedarburg than West Bend is. West Bend is in a separate county, Washington. Ozaukee is where Cedarburg, Port Washington, and the Saukville Walmart is. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how do these apps, well, I know how they work, AI and algorithms, which are not a good, for this type of job, the algorithms are, I just call them logistical nightmares. These delivery orders are logistical nightmares. I'll give you an example of a place that I was offered to. I got an offer just recently, a couple hours ago before I accepted this particular package offer. I got an offer to go to Panda Express, which is in West Bend, and deliver it to Grafton, which is in Ozaukee County, which is about 15 miles away. Why am I can't, it shouldn't be, why are people ordering stuff, okay, that's 15 miles away? I can't help it you live in Grafton and there's no Panda Express in Grafton. Why should you be able to order from the Panda Express in West Bend, a county away, and expect somebody from Uber to drive 15 miles to drop off your Panda Express for $6? Now, again, I take it, the thing I take into consideration is how much gas is it going to cost me to do that. And for me to take an offer that far, you're looking at 15 miles there, 15 miles back to West Bend, 30 miles. That's a tank and a half of gas for me at $2.50 $4.42 a gallon, deduct that from the $6 I'm being offered for the order. I don't work for free. I can't work for free. I have to generate income. And these apps just expect us to go anywhere and everywhere. And just, they're throwing insane orders at me. I mean, there's a couple of things that, there's two things that I will not deliver. Period. If I get an order for it, I will not deliver it. And I got an order today. I had a double offer. I'm like I'm from New York. I got a double offer today for a pizza pie. No, I got a double offer. It was a shop for. Go to Walgreens, shop for 3 items, and then go to where was it? Dairy Queen or something. Yeah, Dairy Queen. Pick up a delivery and drop that off. And so I usually check before I get to the place I'm going to, like a Walgreens or a Meijer. I will check to see what I'm picking up, so I have an idea of where I have to go, so I can get in there, boom, get out. And so I look, and the first item that is on this order is the morning after pill. And I'm sorry, folks, but my belief is to not kill your babies. So I automatically, at that point, I'm like, I am not going to deliver your abortion pill to you. I'm not going to assist you in killing your child. So I didn't accept that offer. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go and shop for your abortion pill and deliver your abortion pill, because in my views, that's not right. If you want to have unprotected, sex, or have your partner pull out, and if he doesn't, then you should step up and be a woman and take the responsibility. And if you don't want to do that, then I'm not going to help you out. So I got an offer today to go and shop for an abortion pill at Walgreens, and I declined it. I unaccepted the order. And good thing I did, because actually the other offer that came with that double paid more than the shop for. So that, and the other thing I will not pick up is marijuana. I'm sorry. Let me, one of the things that I just celebrated on the 28th of December of last year was my 30th year of recovery. I've been recovering now for 30 years. The last time I had a drink was December 28th, 1995. Okay. I hit my rock bottom. I went and got help. And for lucky enough for me, it was one and done. I never had to go back I never relapsed. And I just been, going along. I don't have a problem with, I mean, if somebody else wants to drink, hey, go for it. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with marijuana. I think they should legalize it, because marijuana, in my opinion, is no worse than alcohol. I mean, I don't do it, but, to each their own. But I'm not going to become your dealer or your supplier or your, I'm also not going to be your deliverer of your marijuana either. So I did get a really decent offer a couple weeks ago to pick up some marijuana from a dispensary and deliver it. It was like a $30 delivery, and it wasn't that far. It was probably like 7 miles away. And I told them straight up, I said, I'm sorry, I'm going to cancel this order because I'm not going to deliver you your drugs. And they replied back, yikes, with some question marks. And I'm just like, sorry, I think it should be legal. They should legalize marijuana. But I am not going to be your delivery service for your marijuana. So, that's a couple things I won't take. I won't accept orders to shop for your abortion pills, and I will not accept orders to go get your weed. I mean, it's insane the stuff we shop for. I've picked up sex toys, shopped and picked up sex toys, jelly to go with them, some lubricants. It's insane the stuff we pick up now. Of course, because everything's leave at door. There's no, you go shop for an order and every single offer. To this day, I would say, COVID's been over now for 6 years, almost 6 years. And it's still like 95, 96% leave at door. And I'm thinking to myself, two things that are really disturbing to me as far as society. The first thing that's disturbing to me as a society is the leave at door society. Now, instead of just, handing somebody an order, and again, it's freezing up here. It's only 11 degrees, and it's supposed to get really cold on Friday and Saturday. I mean, we're not even supposed to break zero. I think it's supposed to be like 3 below for a high on Friday here in Wisconsin. But I'll still get, all my offers will still be leave at door. I'll be leaving hot food orders at the door in 3 below weather. And I just think to myself, how far we have come as a society after COVID, because before COVID, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. So as a society now, we are just becoming, number one, so reliant on other people to do stuff for us. Now, I understand there's people out there that, genuinely need our assistance, genuinely need us to shop for their orders. But I think a majority of the people who we pick up grocery orders from and food items from, it's not a matter of they need it. It's just a matter now of convenience. It's just a matter now of entitlement. And that we just can't go get anything ourselves anymore. We've become a society that relies on other people to bring everything to us. And are we that busy in our lives now? I mean, because before COVID, we weren't that busy as busy in our lives. And we would go out, and I'm sure there was Uber, there was DoorDash, there was all those places, they were happening before COVID. And now it's like we just become this society that just relies on everybody else to bring stuff to us, regardless whether we are capable of doing it or not. And this is coming from a guy this is my job right now. This is how I get paid. But it blows my mind, because there's places I deliver to multiple times a day. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you afford to order stuff all day long? I think DoorDash has like a $9.99 unlimited. I don't use any of these services for myself. If I need to go get something, to go to the store and pick up groceries, we go to the store and we get groceries. If I need to get something from the restaurant, we need to get some. I'll go get something from the restaurant. It used to be where, just kind of an example, back in the day, every couple months or so, you'd order pizza and have it delivered. And, it would be like a treat. But now, it arrives, and we're so reliant on it now. That's the part that blows my mind, is how reliant we are as a society, that apparently we're so busy now. And I'm guilty of it too. I'll go home and I'll watch TV for hours. But we've become such a binge watching, TV watching society, gaming society, social media society. YouTuber here, I get it. But it's just so interesting to me that it's to this point where, 5 years, almost 6 years out of COVID, and we're acting like it was still COVID, I mean, the fact that we get, very rarely do we get like a thank you typed in for drop-off instructions or something. But we never see anybody. We still don't see, like I said, like 95, 96% of deliveries are leave it door. And it doesn't matter if, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's 3 degrees below zero and I'm dropping off your hot food order, or if it's pouring out, it's leave it door. Leave it door. And that's, I just can't, I don't understand why. These are things I think about, you know? I just don't understand why we have become so reliant on others to do things that we are capable of doing. I mean, if anybody has any, feel free to comment. If you're listening in right now and you want to, I mean, I see there's 6 people watching. So if you want to comment, please, let's have a debate. Let's be respectful. But I'm just trying to figure out why, as a society, we have come so, I don't know. I really don't know the answer. But it's things I think about. You know, I think about things like, why am I driving this one box of Chewy granola bars 19 miles or 17 miles when there's a Walmart 5 miles away? You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Other than that, I hope everybody's doing well. Sorry to ramble on about that, but I mean, that's how I feel about this. And I just thought I'd talk to you a little bit about it and see if I get opinions. Who's this? Bus Adventure 72. Wait, am I seeing that right? I think it said Bus Adventure 72. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I think there is a laziness factor involved. His comment was people are lazy. Yeah, I think there is. It's kind of sad to see, in my opinion. And again, this is a guy who does it for a living, you know? So I'm out here, and I think you deliver too? No, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's, you know, and people don't want to hear this. They don't want to be called out. They don't, and I'm not trying to call them out. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm trying to think, why is it so hard for people to go and do those things when they used to have to do it all the time? And then there's people like me and other people, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. But like I said earlier, if I need something, I go get it. I don't rely on, you know, unless I'm physically incapable, then I obviously would ask somebody to, I mean, when COVID was going on, I think we ordered Walmart Spark. We ordered that once. And then we were like, oh, let's just go to the store and get it ourselves. I mean, it was kind of stupid. You walk in the store and you had to go up one aisle one way and down an aisle another way and up an aisle one way. And it was so, my gosh, Animal Farmish, you know? It was so George Orwell 1984. You know, it's hard to believe that was 6 years ago almost already. But I remember going into the, you know, stores and there's no toilet paper. Why is everybody buying all the toilet paper? Why were we out of toilet paper? It's just nicer to not have to leave the house. My wife does it a lot. Yeah, I understand that point of view, but where do you draw the line? You know, I mean, are you that much busier in your guys' lives? I don't know. You know, I understand the convenience aspect of it, but where does it end? Where does it end? I actually jokingly said, I don't remember who I said it to. I think it was my sister, actually. I said I should start up an app called AskWeePay. And what AskWeePay does is one of our trained professionals will come over and wipe you after you do number 2, because, you know, I was joking, but that's kind of where we're going now. It just seems like it's getting to be so, we're so reliant on everybody else. No thanks. Well, where does it end though? Where does it end, Al? Seriously. that's where I wrestle with this. It's like, you know, that's or something similar like a like toothbrush. You know, like somebody a trade professional will come over and brush your teeth for you because, you know, it's things we used to be able to do that we can't seem to do anymore. And I understand that, you know, it's a convenient thing, but it's just something I wrestle. It's not going to end. Oh, I know. I agree, man. It's not going to end. And again, this is what I'm doing for a living right now. This is my job. So it's kind of weird for me as a person who does this for a living, and this is my line of work and how I make income right now, to question these things. But it's just so weird. It's like, why am I delivering one box of Chewy granola bars 16 miles from West Bend to Cedarburg? Why am I delivering one box of macaroni 17 miles from West Bend to Brown Deer, and on the other side of where I'm dropping it off is a Walmart? But yet I had to bring it from the West Bend Walmart when there's one on 64th and Brown Deer on the other side of the fence from the apartment building where I dropped off one box of macaroni. It just blows my mind at the stuff we're delivering now. It's just weird. And then, oh yeah, absolutely, man. I kind of wonder though, Al, how much money do these apps make really? I mean, I don't know. You know, the thing is with people who order like DoorDash or Uber, and they place an order and they're not like part of the plan, like the $9.99 unlimited plan or whatever, or free shipping or whatever, or free delivery, that kind of thing. I think a thing a lot of people don't realize is, number one, that Uber drivers are bringing your Walmart packages. I think people think that it's a Walmart person or a Walmart delivery van that's dropping off your orders. No, a lot of it's DoorDash, or not DoorDash, but Uber. Maybe DoorDash is still doing it. I don't know. They used to. Oh, I guaranteed, Kenneth 6350. I'll tell you what, my grandparents would probably be like, wow, what happened to you guys? What's that? The amount of delivery charge? Some have probably a lot. Well, yeah, that's just the thing. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that here's an example. Somebody could be paying $20 to have their groceries delivered. Okay, let's say somebody orders groceries from Walmart. Uber comes. Well, not even Walmart. Let's say somebody has, because Walmart does free shipping, so I don't even know where the money's coming from that. But, well, it's obviously Walmart and Uber, probably Walmart. But let's say I have to go to Pick and Save or Meijer to do a shop for order, and I'm the person who orders it is being charged through DoorDash. Let's say they're being charged $25 to shop for, to order that food, to have it shopped for and delivered. I'm not getting $25. They'll offer it to me for $15 or $12 or some crazy, where's the rest of that money going? Well, obviously to pay for people who are working the helplines, even though like Uber Help and DoorDash Help are just, it's not help. It's not help. I mean, good. Your DoorDash Help and Uber Help, you're calling and talking to somebody on another continent with a strong language barrier, and you're trying to decipher what the problem is, and you're trying to understand what they're saying. It's a mess. But yeah, when people do these offers and pay this, I don't know how much people pay to have their stuff delivered. All I know is that the stuff they're paying is not what I'm being offered. It's not like if you order and have DoorDash pick up your food for $30, it's not like I'm getting $30. I'm just traveling with Combs. Hey, how you doing, Traveling with Combs? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And, I spend way too much time thinking about this stuff, but I do. I think about it, and I can't help it. It's like, and I'm the guy that's out here doing it for a living, and it just blows my mind. The stuff. I know every job has its ups and downs, but, coming back to the logistical nightmare that is a Walmart package delivery, which isn't even packages anymore. It's grocery items. It's whatever. It's just mind blowing that they would have somebody pick up at, let's say, the West Bend Walmart up here in Washington County. Then I have to deliver something down to Milwaukee County, and on my way down to Milwaukee County, I'm passing 2 other Walmarts. Why aren't they getting those items from that store and having somebody deliver them? Like I said earlier, I delivered something on the other side of a fence from a Walmart. But I had to deliver it 16 miles. And it was 1 box of macaroni. And the items, 1 box of macaroni? Shouldn't there be a minimum of something I have to deliver that far? Instead of the macaroni, and then the 2 times I had to deliver 1 box of chewy granola bars, 16 miles. It's absurd. Think about this. When I was growing up, I would love to drive anywhere, whether pick up stuff. See, that stuff disappears too fast. I'm trying to get it back. Where'd it go? Is that it? Nope. Come on. I don't want to start a live goal. By the way, if anybody wants to super chat, that would be great. Oh, here we go. Think about this. When I was growing up, I would love to drive anywhere, whether pick up stuff for at home or drive around West Bend all night. I love to drive too. I love to drive, man. Even though I do this for a living, I still love taking road trips and stuff like that, Alec. Good point, though. We're in Wisconsin also, but on the other side of the state, close to Minnesota border. I love that area. Are you in like the Driftless region? I love that area, like Viroqua. Where else? Cuba City. I'm trying to think. Where's the grotto? Dickeyville. The Dickeyville grotto. Close to Hudson. Oh, okay. So you're okay. I know where you are now. Okay. Close to Hudson. Well, I'm trying to think. Hudson is, I think, right on the other side of the Mississippi is St. Paul, right? I think 94 goes from Hudson across the river, St. Paul, and then Minnesota. Hopefully you're far enough away from Minnesota where all that crazy stuff is going on right now. Ay, ay, ay. Pray for our country, folks. Pray for our country. Let's see what else is going on. An episode yesterday about Carrie Nation. When will I do long road trips? If you go back in my playlist, I have done road trips to Tennessee. I have done Florida. I did a road trip in 2021 with my sister. Or was it 2022 where we went to New Orleans? We drove down to New Orleans. And we also did Galveston, Texas. And then we came up some of Route 66. Stayed in Tulsa. I have done some pretty extensive road trips. There's a lot of places I haven't been to that I'd love to go to. It all comes down to the moolah, folks. And I'm being honest. I don't generate enough on YouTube to do this full time. That's a goal, of course. I mean, I'd love to be able to just get up and do those kind of things, like for some examples, a Carpetbagger, Tampa J, Justin Scard. You know, those guys. This is their job. They generate enough income through Patreon and YouTube and whatnot to be able to do that stuff. I'm nowhere near that point. I mean, I just passed 2,000 subscribers, which I'm thankful. Thank you, folks, everybody. And Al, I do agree. Some more haunted places. I don't know. You know, I'll find some stuff. But you know, there's plenty of haunted. We should investigate, man. We haven't investigated. The guy who's commenting, Al, in I think it was 2012, we all went to Villisca, Iowa. Our paranormal group and his paranormal group. We went to Villisca, Iowa, and went to the Villisca Axe Murder House, which is in the southwest corner of the state. And if you're not familiar with that story, the Moore family and the Stallinger girls were staying overnight by the Moores, and it was, I think, a total of 8 people were killed with an axe in that house. They never found out who did it, and it's supposedly really haunted. Yeah, good times, man. That was 2012, man. We're talking, what, 14 years now? Stairway to Heaven. That's a place that's outside of Jackson. There is it's on private property now, but there's apparently a guy, Bob Blahoviak, I believe his name was. He was listening, he was a big Led Zeppelin fan, and for some reason in 1977 or 78, the gentleman hung himself at this tree. I'm pretty sure it's a tree where the plaque is in Jackson, and somebody put a plaque up there. It's like a headstone. And welcome to Bronze Traveling with Combs. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that very, very much, Traveling with Combs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thumbs up. Give Traveling with Combs, give him a thumbs up. Give him a smiley face. Give him something. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But anyways, this gentleman, you know, unfortunately ended his life, and they put a tombstone that has his name, the death date, the lyrics from Stairway to Heaven, some of the lyrics from Stairway to Heaven on it. So, yeah, not a whole lot of haunted stuff. We actually, Al, have been investigating a place in West Bend, and we're set to do a reveal. We've investigated there twice already. It's the old, it was actually one of the, it's on the corner of Elm and Main, or Elm and 7th. It's called the, I shouldn't give it away now, but it's, it's on the 7th and Elm area of West Bend. We've done a couple of investigations, and we have a reveal we have to do there. And plus they have they had a drawing for, yeah, we're still around. Not doing a whole lot though. It's basically been me, Nathan, J. Nathan Couch, and then my sister and her daughter, and that's been about it. We haven't really been doing a whole lot as far as investigations go. But this place in West Bend, yeah, are you still do you still hang out with Dan? Just a yes or no. Because these guys were from, oh, geez, what was your name? WAPS, Wisconsin Aerial Paranormal Society? I think that's what they were called. Hold on, I'm getting a text from my son real quick here. I got to look for that. Okay, I have to pick up my son. That's why I'm in Hartford right now. He had to get his car fixed. And I'm going to help him. I'm going to pick him up at work. And then, yeah, I think you guys are called WAPS, I think. Wisconsin Area Paranormal Society? I don't know. It's been so long since we did any investigating. We went to St. Nazianz together. Remember that? JFK Prep? That was good. That was fun. Other than that, what's going on my channel? Like I said, Carrie Nation, that came out yesterday. It's about this lady who was involved in the temperance movement. Back in 1902, she came to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. She had a reputation of going to bars and preaching the evils of alcohol, and then she would bring out her hatchet and start destroying the bars and the liquor. And she actually stopped in Fond du Lac and attempted to do that, but watch the episode. I'm not going to give it away. Next week, I have a pretty interesting episode coming out. It's about it's about Oshkosh and its ties to Universal Studios. I wonder if a lot of people realize that there is a Oshkosh connection in Wisconsin to Universal Studios. So that's coming out next week, and I got to get out and film. But because the last couple of Monday's generally my only day to film. So I try to get as much done and try to get at least a couple episodes, because that's how I film. I don't film every day and then the next day I'm uploading. I have to film ahead because I'm doing this 5 days a week. If I find stuff that's interesting while I'm driving or delivering, I'll stop and film a segment quick. But generally it's, I got to film on Sundays. I usually spend with the family. I take Sundays and Mondays off. So Sundays I'll spend with my wife. We'll go grocery shopping, do all, hang out and stuff like that. And then Mondays is usually my day to film. But yesterday was just terrible. It was so cold out and the winds were howling. And I just didn't want to go out. I just didn't want to go out and film yesterday. And I don't know what next Monday is going to be like. But I only have a couple episodes left. So there might be a week where there's a gap. And I might not have a video out. But I don't know. We'll see. Again, if anybody's interested in becoming a member, that'd be awesome. You also get an extra episode a week that comes out on Thursdays. And I would like to, once I get that member area built up more, I would love to start having like contests, giveaways, members only live streams, live updates from the road. That's all stuff, but I just to be honest, I have to build up that section first before I can do it. I mean, it doesn't make sense to have a contest for 2-3 people. I mean, it does. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But so just by you signing up, what was the name again? I'm sorry. No, I don't want to stop the streaming. It's too many buttons. Too many buttons. Traveling with become a member. Come on, help me out here. How come I can't see anything? That is so weird. Why can't bring back up the top chat, live chat, all chats are visible. There we go. Okay. There we go. Traveling with Combs, that's what it was. What was I gonna say now? Oh my gosh. Right over my head. I'm sorry. I was saying something. I just lost track of what I was saying. I know I was talking about episodes. And that I might have a gap because I only shoot on Mondays. And it's really hard, depending on how far I got to go. Now, for those of you who are new or don't know much about this channel and me, I suffer with anxiety and panic attacks. I started getting them in 2020. So it's been harder for me to, I'm trying. I'm out here trying. I know people that have anxiety that are afraid to leave their house. They have monophobia, agoraphobia, and are afraid to go places, afraid to be around people, afraid to do things. I'm trying. I'm doing it anyway. That's what they call it, doing it anyway. And I have good days and bad days, just like anybody else with anxiety. But I find myself being pigeonholed, kind of trapped. I feel like I'm in a Groundhog Day scenario right now because I'm kind of doing the same thing over and over every day. I'll get up, either I'll go to work or I'll get up and edit and watch YouTube and catch up on this or catch up on that. And then I'm basically in bed by 9 o'clock. And then it's like a repeat every day. And the thing that I'm having problems with, it's not that I haven't tried. It's that I hate to sound like a broken record, but it all comes down to money. And I don't have the money to go on a long road trip by myself right now. And I'm just being honest. So I have stayed overnight in a hotel in Appleton that's like 60 miles away from my house by myself with no one to save me if I have, if I have an anxiety or a panic attack. But I have not tested myself yet as far as taking that longer road trip. I've been thinking about it a lot because what I would like to actually do a stealth camp, get like a Jackery and then get like a mattress pad, and put it in the back of my little SUV here, and do like a 3-day weekend of stealth camping. Well, if you want to call it stealth camping, like camping, like going out and filming a different part of the state that I haven't been. I mean, I've been out to the Driftless region and filmed. I've been out to, I've done a whole bunch of within the area where I am, which is West Bend, which is Washington County. But I haven't gone up to like the northern parts of Wisconsin, like north of Green Bay, like Peshtigo. Talk about Peshtigo Fire. I'd like to do that episode sometime. And then like north, I want to go to Little Bohemia, which is a restaurant that's up in Manitowish Waters, which is a location of a John Dillinger shootout. And back in the day, and just there's other things I'd like to do. I'd like to do an episode on major league filming locations in Milwaukee, because, well, the county stadium is no longer there. It's torn down, and American Family Field, even though it'll always be Miller Park to me, is there now. But the old stadium where they filmed Major League, the first Major League, and there's a couple other locations that I'd like to. There's more locations, but I can't find any information on them. There's one bar there's a bar that I know. It's called Fourth Base. It's on Greenfield or National Avenue. They filmed a scene there, but then there's areas down by like the Summerfest grounds where Renee, what is her name from that movie? It's not Zellweger. What was her name? Renee Russo. She lived in a flat down by the Summerfest grounds, and Tom Berenger would go over there and harass her and walk in on her and her fiance, and they're having dinner and stuff, and he shows up and it's like, oops. So I'd like to find those locations and do an episode on major league filming locations. I don't think anybody's done one yet. Bernie Mac filmed Mr. 3000 at Miller Park. I don't know if there were other locations in the area that he filmed stuff, but yeah, filming locations. There's Public Enemies. I've done a couple episodes of a location or two where they filmed some scenes for Public Enemies. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and I did see the comment I should go for it, and I should, but anxiety is a tricky little bugger, man. I call it the little effer, and there's a reason why I call it the little effer, because it's a little effer, and sometimes there's days where I can't get motivated. I do it anyway. I still get out and I do things, but it's hard sometimes. And the problem with anxiety is that your little amygdala, the walnut-sized thing up in your noggin, is telling you that everything's a threat, and so you better not go on that trip by yourself. Something bad might happen. I mean, it could happen regardless. I mean, great example, Adam the Woo, fellow YouTuber guy, passed away back in December, like it's been a long time. It's been a couple weeks. He passed away on December 22nd. The guy went to bed probably not thinking anything, just went to bed like any other night. Never woke up. I mean, it can happen to any of us, anytime, anywhere. I hate to turn to this kind of a topic, but that's one of the things that I kind of learned from Adam the Woo, from his passing, is like, I'm not getting any younger. I got to get out there and do more live my life more, and whatever happens, happens. It's just not easy when you have anxiety because your brain is telling you, don't do that. It's a threat. Don't do that. What happens if you do that? Oh, you might not want to do that. You'll end up in the hospital. So yeah, I just got to tell my amygdala to shut the STFU and do it anyway. But yeah, I'd like to take a longer road trip this year. Route 66, I've done most of Illinois. That's back in my playlist from, I think, 2024? Yeah, we did most of Illinois, 2024. And I've done some of Missouri. I've done all of Kansas, and then I've done up to Tulsa and Oklahoma. I would love to do the whole thing because this year is the centennial, the 100th anniversary of Route 66, and I would love to get out to the western part of the country and do that. I've been to like Tombstone, Arizona, and Phoenix, and Tucson, Arizona. I've been to San Diego, but this was all before my channel. I haven't done anything been out there since my channel started. So, yeah, there's lots of places I'd like to go to. It's just a matter of buying that winning lottery ticket, I guess. I don't know. I seem to do pretty good on a lottery ticket. There's a certain lottery ticket here in Wisconsin called Lucky 100s and 200s, and it's a $20 game, so it's a more expensive game. But I've won thousands of dollars on this, man. I mean, I've got hundreds of dollars worth of winning tickets now, and I'd like to save that up for trips and stuff, but other things come along, life happens, and I end up having to cash those in for whatever, So, yeah, there's a lot of things I'd like to do. It's just a matter of having the money to do it. One of the things that's nice about being a DoorDasher or a DoorDasher / Uber guy, if I do want to take a trip, I can always take a trip somewhere, Uber and DoorDash for a couple of days and make some money, and then film. Like let's say I go to I don't know, I want to go film the Badlands, so go to like South Dakota. Well, I could go to one of the bigger cities in South Dakota, do some DoorDashing, do some Ubering, make some money, and then I could find some time to film. So that's always a possibility with this job of Ubering and DoorDashing. I can always find time to do something. It's just being away from my wife, and my kids are older now, so I really don't have to worry about that anymore. But it's just being away from my wife, the anxiety. I plan on doing it though. I plan on doing it. I'm doing stuff that a lot of people with anxiety wouldn't be doing. I'm out here driving. I'm out here filming 70, 80 miles. For some people with anxiety, it's hard for them to even get on the freeway, let alone drive 10, 20, 30, 40. I did a members only episode last summer called 60 Miles Might Not Be Much to You, but it was me basically documenting driving, I think, home from Appleton, Wisconsin to West Bend, 60 miles, because in September and October, my sister and we run a ghost tour. It's called the Appleton Haunted History and Mystery Tour. And what it is, it's like a 2-hour walking tour of downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. And we talk about haunted locations. So September and October, I'm doing that. But I also I live in West Bend, which is 60 miles away. So I have to every Friday and Saturday, or it used to be every Friday and Saturday. I kind of backed off a little bit, so I don't go up there every weekend. But I would have to drive 60 miles up and 60 miles back, 60 miles up, 60 miles back. So you're looking at 240 miles for a weekend, for 2 days of driving back and forth and back and forth. And for some reason, was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before last year. I wasn't having a problem driving. with my anxiety. And then all of a sudden, I had a panic attack. I was doing Uber passenger pickup, and I had dropped somebody off down in Milwaukee, and I was driving back up to, I had my wife's car, and I had to pick her up. No, her car was in the shop. I had my car. I had to go to Grafton to pick her up at work because we had to go get her car. So I'm driving over this thing called the high-rise. And if you're not familiar, they call it the high-rise bridge for a reason. It's high up off the ground. It's probably, I don't know, 15 stories off the ground going through the Menominee Valley. And I came over that bridge, and I don't know what triggered it, but all of a sudden I get a little farther north through downtown Milwaukee, and all of a sudden I get a panic attack. And when you have a panic attack, you get this surge of adrenaline that goes through your body, and your vision kind of gets, you feel like something's happening. Well, something is happening, but you feel like it's bad. You feel like, oh my God, this is it. I'm dying or something like that, when you're actually not. It's just your body has all this cortisol and adrenaline built up, and all of a sudden it's got to release it, and it's like a pressure cooker. So it just kind of goes through your body. And a lot of people would just pull over on the side of the road and let it pass. Me, man, I just kept going. I was like, F this. I'm going. I have to go to Grafton. I still have 20-something miles to drive. I'm just going to go. And I did. It was terrifying at the time, but I did. But I think that triggered an issue with driving long distances, because that fall, when I was driving up to Appleton, I was having a rough time. I wouldn't even take the freeway. I would take this other way around the eastern side of Lake. I would take Highway 45, and then I would get on 151, and then take that up to, I would take the eastern side of Lake Winnebago, which is very beautiful, because you're driving along this like bluff, and you can see all of Lake Winnebago. It's a huge inland lake in Wisconsin. And so I would take that way to get up to Appleton, because I was so freaked out and I didn't want to drive on the freeway. And then one night I was just like, you know what? Take the freeway. And it was white knuckling. I was gripping the wheel. I was holding on for dear life. And I would I'd be all tense. I'd be like, loosen up, let go of the wheel. Okay? Just calm down. You're fine. And it, just working back into doing that again. And now it's, I don't seem to have a problem. But I haven't really gone that far. I've, basically gone up to Appleton and that's it. Or I'll drive probably like 70 miles to film an episode, like a small something. And that's been it. So I haven't really tested it with a long drive by myself. I just got to stay focused and say, look, listen here, amygdala. This is how I want to live my life. You can come along for the ride. It's your choice. But this is what I'm going to do. Because it's been holding me back. It's been holding me back from doing a lot of things. I feel like it's been, like I said, I've been in like a Groundhog Day. I've been stuck. I've been like the hamster on the spinning wheel, just going and going and going and not getting anywhere. That's how I've been feeling lately. And I got to do something about that. So the weather here in Wisconsin, it's January. It stinks. It's hard to want to get out sometimes and film. And, but I have to, got to keep the channel going. So I think I'm done yapping. I think I'm done being bored. I gotta go pick up my son in a little bit. I was sitting here in this parking lot going, man, I got 2 hours now to sit here and wait, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I'm bored. And I thought, I haven't done a live stream in a while, so maybe I'll come on here and talk to you wonderful people. And I am so appreciative to all you people who tuned in today. And all the comments, lots of comments today. Thank you very much. Let's see. Alan Gee, thank you very much. Bus Adventures, thank you. Travels with Combs, thank you. And thank you very much for becoming a member. Who else? I don't even know who else was commenting, to be honest, and I apologize. Where did that go again now? Where did that go with the chats? There it is. Who else was on here today? I need my glasses again so I can say the proper things. Let's see. Bus Adventures 72. Thank you very much, Alan. Al, thank you very much. Yeah, we should hook up, man. Traveling with Combs again. Thank you very much. My wife is calling me now, so I got to get going. I got to turn this off first. I'll have to call her back in a second. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for listening again. I talked about some pretty off-topic things for my channel. But it's how I feel as far as certain things go, and I'm not trying to make people turn people off to this channel. I'm just telling you my beliefs, my thoughts on certain things, and the whole thing with Uber and DoorDash, it's just a crazy job. I mean, if you want to do a job where you put a lot of mileage on your car, fill your gas tank up every day or two, yeah, Uber and DoorDash is for you. And drive really crazy delivery routes, then Uber and DoorDash is for you. I'm going to head on out of here, folks. Thanks for stopping by. And until the next live chat, or until the next episode, which will be Thursday if you're a member, next Monday if you're not. So until next time, folks, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be good to each other. I'm Yogi. I'm sporting some glasses. I'm not bored anymore. All right, take care, folks. Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks again. Bye-bye.